now you're in the workforce, you're in the corporate workforce, or whatever your first job was. What is that like? And I'm interested in hearing the Latino experience in regards to that, because as we all know, it plays a role. There is a factor, positive and negative, and I'm interested to know what those early professional years were like, and what the Latino experience. How did that play into?
I had been a meter reader for a utility company, and I had worked on a construction crew for a while, and then I quit and went back to school. I reapplied to them after I got my degree, and I'd done pretty well in school. And I found out that there was a big controversy going on because that utility was trying to do a better job around affirmative action and around Latinos in particular. And my own performance, my own offer got hung up because there were 2 or 3 pretty vocal and active Chicanos or Latinos, and who wondered why I would be hired because I had not been very active in the community. On the other side, there were a couple of people that were wondering why they should hire another Chicano, right? So it was really funny, and my only defense was, I come from the community, it's just I've been really, really busy, and I haven't had a chance to do a lot of advocacy. But, you know, my parents are from Mexico, I'm working my ass off, and I'm just trying to get a job. And they were saying, yeah, but when we were on campus, we were activists for CESAD and this and that, and I'm going, my God, I was trying to sleep. And so it was really interesting that after I'd gotten to a point where I thought that, you know, I played out the best hand I could on the cards that were dealt me, that the opposition really was a group that said I wasn't, you know, Chicano enough.
Yeah, right.
And so that was tough. And then I entered the workforce, and so I got through all that, and I did a really, really good job in working in the Hispanic community in the San Gabriel area in California. And it wasn't hard to do. It was something I wanted to do, and I did a really, really good job in working in the Latino community. But it's maybe 6 or 7 years later, I had an experience which I recounted to you once before, which was kind of the flip side, which was I got called in by an executive vice president of HR and actually the sector head of the business. And they said to me, we want to give you the job up in Northern California, and you've done really, really well. But we want to be clear with you that we're giving you the job because of affirmative action. Are you going to be okay with that? And I said, wait a second. You're going to promote me 3 grades, you give me a 40% increase because I'm Hispanic? And they go, yeah, but we want you to be okay with it. I said, hell, I'll wear a stinking sombrero and do a mariachi. You know, give me 70% increase and give me 5 more grades. I don't even know what the hell the controversy is about. Right, yeah. Well, yeah. We compared you to Tony, and Tony's pretty good too, and this and that, but we thought we'd go with an affirmative action candidate. Said, look, she's no good. I'm better. I don't care. This thing you got hung up in your head about, you know, reaching down to a little person and saying, you know, that's all bullshit stuff. I mean, it's just, it was just amazing to me. So it was just kind of those experiences, right? And I think the last thing about early in the workforce was that I gave up a lot of myself in order to be both socialized and to be competitive and successful in a culture that wasn't my native one. And so, you know, I now believe that both because of demography and a lot of other reasons that it's possible for people who come up now to, you know, rather than assimilate and to give up stuff, is that they can actually be pretty powerful being who they are, because I think they're advantaged. I think they're advantaged because they're bicultural, because they have a different language, because they have 2 ways of looking at stuff. They can work in a dominant culture and still be themselves. But the Latino experience for me was I adopted almost a model that came out of my competitiveness, which was basically better than white. And I was just going to figure the game out and drive it. But I gave stuff up, and I don't think that's necessary anymore. In fact, I think there's a responsibility now to accentuate the difference and to be really, really good at what we bring, which is, you know, a different kind of way of looking at stuff, a different kind of culture, a different language. The whole world is screaming for people with multicultural skills, global skills, people who can operate in two cultures. I think that's a big advantage these days. I don't think I had that when I tried.